This is Kevin. This is a project I'm working on, which is a Salthouse Corsair Mark II project I've been doing. So this is my spray job I'd done just before the first lockdown. Pretty proud of the finish. It was an awful lot of work and a lot of fairing. Now we're coming down here. I've done the brass since the lockdown, and my new exhausts. This is a hull. So the boat has been fully remodeled. I've extended it. As you can see, here's a hull extension and a Portofino, a bit of stainless done. Remodeled windows. I've built a hard top up top. We'll go and have a look at that. Teak in the cockpit, I've just completed that. Right, so the other side. I've done the boat in white superstructure, and the top sides are done in a light grey that I've mixed myself with a charcoal boot topping, metallic charcoal. These are my favourite colours, and all of my own boats have been these colours. Just shoot forward and we'll have a look back. Good new intakes here. My mate Beggsy did the engine intake system for me. He did a brilliant job. I've altered these windows and the glass is ordered, so they're going to go on the surface as one window. As you can see, all the decks are fully resprayed and brand new. Graham, the owner, had Maltese cross and all the deck fittings re-chromed, which I'm just working on fitting. New winch. And looking back, we've altered these windows in the front screen, and here's a shot of my hard top, which I'm very proud of. It's really made the boat look sharp, and of course there were no plans. I've just built that to my own specs and my own design. Down the side deck, this is my teak work that I've just completed. All of those frames, they got, all the margins are curved, so I've bent them, and then I've cut all the joints around them by hand. And as you can see, I've sawn the teak corners out of one block so the grain all matches. They're all the same. There's quite a curve on these rails if you look along. So this is the extension. I built a mould and made a quick sink up, and that cabinet, I'll put that on the transom. This transom, the opening was actually over where the sink is, and when I started there were no 4.5 seats in this cockpit, so these seats we're looking along were not there. The one across the main bulkhead there just runs straight out to the hull. So these are all fiberglass moulded, these seats. I made a mould in place and took a mould of the environment and then continued. It was mainly, it started off that we wanted somewhere to put the genset in this boat, and this was the plan hatched in the marina a few years back, and I wanted to cut the lid up the backrest so we got a better opening. I'm sure you'll agree it works beautifully. So now these are our engine beds. I've cut the cockpit floor down and built a new floor in it, and we're all set up for the genset, and the lights of these things are for the pipe work to go down. That's for the water separator muffler hoses. And as I say, all of this was moulded as one. It was quite a little challenge, but I enjoyed it. It was good. Getting to the back doors, so this piece of transom where the sink is, I cut out of this side and I grafted it in on this side, creating a door in the middle. And I'm just working on these doors. These are curved, the same as the transom, and it's just a simple sail track that I've had bent, and I've set it in so the track is flush, so we're not stepping on the track all the time, as you can see. Right. So we'll go out and have a quick look in the Dodger, and I'll have a little look at my techie work. Pretty funky. All the front cappings on these steps, I put a curve on them, and down on the floor there's a crazy thing I had to do with that corner to get the grain going the right way on both sides. I'll wander up the stairs. This is the top cockpit. Bit of a mess. Probably should clean up before I did this. What I've done, that radar arch, to get the Dodger looking, the hardtop to look right, I moved it aft and boxed in as a wedge to line up with the, and that gave me more length. And I've also pushed the front out further, front screen. Owner's quite tall, so I didn't want him coming in and hitting his head with on these cabinets before he stepped down. I've remodelled this area a bit. We've got all our teak on the floor, and if we go and look down into the cockpit, there's all my teak. A hell of a lot of work, but it does look sharp. It's all 12mm, that teak. So there's us. Nice lockers up top I'm just working on. I'd actually fitted all those before I sprayed everything, obviously, so I just put the hinges on the other day. Now the boat had a bit of a messy exhaust system all out one side, and I've built, if you can see it, I built that water trap muffler down there in place, and I've done all the exhausts. That's the starboard side. The port side, these are components, but I've actually I've boxed in between the engine beds and created a water trap muffler in that area, because there was really nowhere else on the boat for it, and yeah, I think it's going to work well, I hope. Now I've got cabinetry and all sorts of work to do in this aft cabin. I guess we'll get there. My friend Johnny Beggs, he did these locker lids and stuff, did a beautiful job. These were wooden teak frames with mitres. They were ugly as hell, so we've modernised that. There we are, there's Charade.